I wanted to capture this view because I'm actually really impressed with the item you see in the background, on the lake anyway. Obviously I've got my solar panel, there's a bear box, but I want to walk over to that little pier over there and just show you a little bit about that and what its function is and how impressed I am with it. The weather can give me its best and I'll come out on the other end, loving the opportunity to enjoy a spot right next to a lake, and a little bit of wind, a little bit of rain, cold, but I enjoy this.
All the way, baby, get up. No, don't just stay down and lift yourself up. Baby, baby, get up. So baby, get up. Don't just stay down. No. Yeah. Baby, get up.
Mountains create such unique rain events. Like I saw the black clouds coming over the edge of that mountain, and of course they kind of rolled off in this direction. And then look at that. Just dumping rain in a very specific location. Thankfully not coming this direction, but interesting nonetheless. And then here comes that rain that I talked about earlier over the plain there, blowing this way. Clear behind me. The wind is blowing from the lake, but that cloud that I showed you earlier that was coming up over that mountain back there across that plain is now coming this direction against the wind. I gotta get out of Wyoming now. It would be different if Wyoming were a little more accommodating, but as you can see, flies can be an issue. And now, again, that rain that's coming from the plain against the wind is now dropping on my canvas. It's not bad because I know that today the wind was blowing considerably faster. In fact, it tested the limits of my ability to keep it together. It was pretty close to 50 or 60 mile an hour gusts. Hang on, gotta get rid of some water here. Needs to gather, even if I tie it. But can't complain because first of all, obviously the canvas lasts very well. The rain is weird. Again, now it's even clear behind it, but it's still coming down. And again, not even as bad as it was earlier today. So, very interesting location in so many ways because it's beautiful. I mean, who wouldn't want to be here? I mean, if the sun was shining, and I had my solar panel set up and the sun comes up right there and goes right over the top of that tree there and then sets just right over that mountain right there. Perfect location. And then as the rain dissipates, you get views like this, which is kind of the backside of where that rain event came from in the mountains there. And I guess the moisture blew over the top, the wind came from underneath and pushed it on here. And now I just need to figure out how to enjoy my evening beyond that. these trees are doing an exceptional job of protecting me from that wind, because as I move just right here behind this tree, which is pretty much gone, and that one, you can see that, man, look at the difference. That one helps as well. I'm not sure how, because it was beyond where I was standing, but even just right here under my canvas, you can tell that there's much less wind blowing through. It's blasting through right there. So check it out. The rainstorm that came over the top of the mountain on this side and ran across me earlier has now split, apparently, went over the mountain on the other side as well, and because the wind was blowing this direction, is now dumping rain on me literally from the opposite direction. Wind's still going the same direction, but the rain is coming from the opposite direction. Now, tell me, come on. Is Wyoming asking me to leave or not? I need to know. I need some people from Wyoming to let me know. I know it's an odd thing to be annoyed with, but whenever you pull into a campsite and you end up coming across areas where it puddles, especially whenever it's caliche, solidly packed caliche, and then you have this, which would be like right at the entrance coming into the campsite, and you have water standing there all the way up to the front of my vehicle. Now, I know that I probably shouldn't have, but I did straddle the divide to bring myself into the campsite, but that's definitely not the reason that this is transpired. Even if everybody before me has done that, that would be an easy fix. And yet now I can't use my kitchen at all. Sandwiches for Stoops, there it is tonight. As the sun sets and the wind starts to die down, it actually makes for a very beautiful spot for the evening. It's a lake in Northern Wyoming. I'll let you know where it is if you contact me, but man, I tell you, it is a beautiful spot to stay when the weather is cooperating. After all the rain that we've had in the area, this is pretty much what I would expect from hanging out in Wyoming. Saw the truck come in earlier, and they're just pushing their cattle out to the rest of the herd, which has been spending a little bit of time in that field, but wandering all the way around on the other side of the lake here, right up to the edge where they can to get water. Not a bad place for cattle to hang out either. Still a few clouds in the sky, but otherwise the temperature's perfect and the weather is perfect. But I wanted to come down here and show this dock. It's pretty interesting. At a glance, it looks like a typical dock, and there is something of a boat ramp right there. So you can bring in, I would imagine, a canoe. It'd have to be a very small boat if you think about it. If you look at the edge there, it's a pretty good drop off. Not very well maintained, if nothing else. But anyway, the dock looks like a typical dock, but it is ADA accessible. In other words, it's called EZ-Dock. EZ-DOCK.com is the email address or the website address. But what's cool about it is a wheelchair can come up and basically transfer onto this seat right here. And of course, you've got your kayak or your canoe on this rail here, and you've got two slide outs. You've got one that's a slide out that is the height of a canoe, and you've got one slide out that's the height of a kayak. And you just transfer from the wheelchair onto this seat, transfer or slide down to this seat, and then you slide down to this seat and you get into your kayak or your canoe, and then slide right off the edge into the water. And when you're ready, you can come back and pick up a little momentum, slide yourself up, use these rails to pull yourself back up to this spot and transfer back to the seats and back onto your wheelchair. I think this is genius, and it gives individuals who are paraplegic or even limited mobility, just makes it easier to transfer to a kayak or canoe, and then you can enjoy this beautiful lake. Nice and smooth right now. Quite a few people have come out fishing. I can hear fish jump. I can hear fish hit the surface. I just heard one behind me over here underneath the ramp there. And of course, I'm set up right there by the water, so I can hear them bouncing all night. It's a great spot to hang out, as long as the weather agrees.
See the light at the end of the tunnel. It's right there, and I just look up and follow. Take one step at a time, but I'm with you all the way. So baby, get up. No, don't you stay down. Go and lift yourself up. Baby, baby, get up.
Leaving this place, the sun's about to break. You're riding shotgun. The feeling we chase, I'm wide awake. Take me away now. 'Cause I won't go down the same old path again now. No, I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath. Feeling I've got's making me crazy. If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy, making me crazy. So I'm just gonna drive. I'm just gonna drive. I'm just gonna drive.
All the best, always.
Come down to the underground old school. Here's a shovel. Can you dig it, fool? Can you dig it?